Hey folks, welcome back to Honey Money SG. Now you must have heard of the latest saga between two very big financial YouTubers, and they are Meet Kevin and Chicken Genius. Now just to give a little bit of background of these two YouTubers, Meet Kevin is someone who is actually a real estate investor turned into a stock market finance YouTuber since 2020, and he has about 1.8 million followers on his YouTube channel, and he's rather active in Twitter as well. Whereas Ken Ting from Chicken Genius Singapore is actually a serial entrepreneur as well, and doing YouTube is more like his side hobby. He don't really derive income from it because his videos are rather short and not eligible for the mid-roll ads anyway. So I guess to start the story, let's talk about what happened during January, right? So by the end of January, Meet Kevin actually sold off his entire 20 million USD portfolio. In fact, after he sold off his portfolio, he even went into short positions to short the market, right? Because he was really bearish about the market sentiments. But he did mention that he wanted to buy back his positions by the 16th of March FOMC meeting. And he stated that quite clearly in his videos within 24 hours of him selling out his positions. So he has been really transparent on that. But I guess his followers didn't take it too lightly because a lot of people actually followed Meet Kevin because he was the buy the dip guy, right? In fact, he had a song on him buying the dip. So a lot of people thought that Kevin really flip-flopped his positions. Despite asking his followers to buy the dip, he himself sold his entire portfolio and even shorted the market, which made a lot of people really unsatisfied. And naturally, that came with a lot of hate messages, right? People were saying that Kevin turned into the devil, that he made fun of the weenie babies and the paper handlers, right? I think at one point, Kevin got so much hate messages that he couldn't take it no more, and he actually wanted to end his channel in the video over here, right? Because the negativity got into him and he felt like it wasn't doing really good on his mental health. Not only that, Meet Kevin also left the financial podcast called the Millennial Money channel with Graham Stephan, Andre Jake, and Jeremy, right? These four guys used to do a finance podcast together every week, and now that Meet Kevin has left, it's down to the three guys. Kevin also stopped his market open and market close live streams, which actually raked in a lot of views, right? Because people were really concerned about stock prices during the market open and the market close. So he stopped all of that and actually provided this service to his course members. So that was some background story about Meet Kevin, right? During January to the February period, he really sold off his positions despite him always preaching to buy the dip. And now let's move on to our next character, Chicken Genius from Singapore. Now Chicken Genius Singapore, or Ken Ting, is actually a big Tesla bull, right? Almost all his videos were talking about how Tesla is the biggest and best company of the century. So there's really a lot of positivity in his content, and also he has a really strong personality whereby he really wanted his followers to succeed, right? So he gave them like personal advices on how to actually improve their financial portfolios as well as their lifestyle. So he really got nothing out of it. I don't see any affiliate links, I don't see any sponsorship deals, I don't see any courses that he is selling. So he's really not doing it for the money. In fact, he mentioned a lot in his videos that he's probably the poorest YouTuber along the $200,000 subscriber range, right? Because most of them are earning through income from affiliates, sponsorship, brand deals, and collaborations, but he's taking none of it. So here is where it started, right? On the 11th of February, Chicken Genius actually posted this video regarding recession. He talked about the biggest indicator of unemployment leading to a market crash. And he mentioned that the unemployment indicators were not pointing towards a recession because people all had jobs, consumption is at an all-time high, and none of these indicators actually look like a recession to him. And here is where it goes juicy. Meet Kevin actually responded on the 13th of February on his video called Nasty Lie, biggest indicator of a stock market crash. In Kevin's video, he did not mention any names, he just talked about the ideas behind it, but he did quote several points mentioned in Chicken Genius' video. In fact, he challenged Chicken Genius' viewpoint that unemployment is actually a lagging indicator of a recession, and he pointed out several other leading indicators that may lead to a stock market crash. So what we have so far is that Chicken Genius is still bullish on the market and Kevin is rather bearish, right? I mean, they have opposing viewpoints and both are valid because of the positions they were in the market, right? Chicken Genius is still holding majority of his stock market positions, whereas Kevin has sold off his positions. So there's a little bit of bias there. Whereas next day, on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, right? Chicken Genius actually posted this video responding to Meet Kevin calling me a liar. He raised some succinct points whereby the employment rate actually goes up up, but the economy does not recover, and use Turkey as an example. So at this point, we can still see that Chicken Genius is actually bullish, whereas Meet Kevin have not responded. Chicken Genius then follow up with another video on the February of 2023 titled Sell? In his video, he advised his followers not to sell because market is already at peak fear, and the market may rebound really strongly after the peak fear, leading to a V-shaped recovery. But we all knew what happened after that, right? On the 24th of February, Russia started invading Ukraine and the war has begun. So Meet Kevin started buying back his positions since 24th of February because he believes that the war is a confirmation and the bottom might be over. So far, the story is still playing out well, right? But on the 11th of March, Chicken Genius posted this video called I'm selling, bracket, not all. He actually turned to the opposite side from bullish to bearish, right? Because he actually didn't expect a war to really happen. And because of that, he mentioned in his video that he's going to sell away his entire Itchy Fingers portfolio, which represents 20% of his entire portfolio value. In fact, 80% of his do not touch portfolio remains intact. He is not going to touch that, mainly Palantir and Tesla. But he will be selling away his 20% Itchy Fingers portfolio, which is worth around $1.2 million, and put a little allocation into a treasury bond fund called TLT. He also expected the market to bottom by May 2022, so that was his prediction. Well, on the 15th of March, Chicken Genius actually posted this post on his Twitter. He sold covered calls of Tesla with a strike price of $770, expiring in May 2022. Now, for those who are not familiar with options, right, this is actually a bearish trade, meaning to say that he expects Tesla to actually fall below $770. But we all knew what happened on the 15th of March, right? The market rebounded strongly after the FOMC meeting, confirming that the interest rates will hike at 25 basis points. So Meet Kevin actually timed the market correctly because he has been buying in positions after February 24, leading all the way up to March 15. And he has mentioned several times in his videos that selling a covered call at $770 for Tesla expiring in May is a stupid move. So on the 23rd of March, Chicken Genius posted his last video that he is quitting YouTube. In his video, you can see that he looks really depressed. He doesn't have that positivity vibe in him anymore. He probably got a lot of hate messages, and he mentioned that a lot of his followers actually got margin called. These are people who may have followed his trades due to his bearish sentiments. And you know, with more subscriber base and follower base you have, the more people are going to follow your trades, right? Because they cannot decide for themselves. Not only that, there were a few rival YouTube channels calling him out on his bad trade and bad timing, and that added immense pressure and stress on his channel. And hence Chicken Genius decided that it may be better for him to take some time off, in fact to quit YouTube and focus on his causes that he really cares for, such as for animals. So as a matter of fact, this is what happened between Meet Kevin and Chicken Genius over a span of 2 months. I did not add in any kind of false information or spice up the news. It's all what I have observed being a follower of both of them. But I do support Chicken Genius' decision to take some time off YouTube, right? Because you can see that he looked really depressed in that video and no longer have that positivity vibe. I mean, he is certainly wealthy enough. In fact, he doesn't even depend on YouTube income. So taking some time off may be better for him and his mental health. But let this be a reminder that we should not throw punches at people when they are already down. Just be nice or mind your own business, right? Don't care too much about other people's opinions. In fact, you should not blame other people for your own mistakes. And from this episode, we can see that both Meet Kevin and Chicken Genius were victims of cyberbullying, which is really not tolerated and really despicable. I do wish for Chicken Genius to really take care of his own mental health during this break. We should not force him to really come back and make content for us until he is mentally ready. And I just want to end off this video with one quote, right? Small minds discuss people, average minds discuss events, and great minds discuss ideas. So which mind do you want to be? I leave that to your discretion. With that, thank you for watching. My name is Christopher. This is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.